What's going on? Welcome to a brand new show. I'm starting on the Super No Fan series now. That's called the Origins Blank. Now, what this series is based. Let me start trying to get into a good position. Yeah, it's good. Okay. So what this series is basically, because like as you know, I haven't really done much on the Super Fan Studios. While for the game in production, I've done walkthroughs, some gaming news, and some like the Happy Wheels series that basically an episode can come out almost every day. And on this channel, on this part of the channel, I've only done superhero news and like comic book reviews. So I decided to do something else, but I didn't know what to do, so I decided to do something that Variant Comics does on his channel called History Episodes about various DC and Marvel heroes and villains. That's what I'm doing. And it's not only stealing the idea from this show, because the number of other YouTube channels have done this stuff before, like Watch Mojo and a channel called Geek Crash Course has also done it, which is like and they sort of do something like that. They sort of like history episodes, like on that channel they give like a history of what they are, their powers. Okay, sort of they do something like that, but still. But they also do like something where like they give people good good stuff to, if it's a video game, movie, or TV show, they give people good examples of what to read, what to watch, or what to play, or if it's and they give examples of what to avoid. So actually, let me move to the side a bit. Just stuff in my way. Jeez, crap. Sorry. My way. Okay, so yeah, they basically give examples about what to avoid, like what stuff is bad. So that's stuff I'm gonna be doing in this show. And of course, I have to start off with of course Superman. I hope you guys can see it. I think you can. But yeah, I will have to scroll down a bit to show you all the images and what I've got. So basically, here's the origin of Superman. Now let's rewind the clock back all the way to 1938, where it's just Superman. Superman first appeared in Action Comics. There, I'm joking. It's not that simple actually. It wasn't just like that. See, back then there were no superheroes in comics in general. There were comic books, but there were no superheroes. So this is how it started. Superman was created by Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel. They were both in school at the time. I think they were both in school at the time when they created Superman. But Superman wasn't like the one we all know today. He was actually this. Originally, they designed the character to be like this. They originally made him a big, bald-headed guy with telepathic powers that bent on world domination. And then in a story arc called The Reign of Superman, in a storybook, that comic that Siegel published called Science Fiction and the Advanced Guard of Future Civilization. But soon afterwards, they wanted to revamp the character. Or soon they wanted to change it completely to be a good guy. So they looked on many myths and histories, of God and stuff like that, and inspired him off people like that. So they inspired him off Hercules here, and other people like Moses and Samson. They also inspired him off modern day heroics that were back in their time, and so just had these two people, Doc Savage and Buck Rogers. Soon afterwards, they also wanted to make him really colorful. So they based his costume around what space characters wear and what strongmen and circus wear. If you're wondering why Superman has red underwear on the outside of his costume, that's the reason because of strongmen in the circus. Because in the strongmen in circus wore underwear outside their pants. So that means it stands for just strength. So there you go. Anyways, moving on. And they tried publishing this Superman after they were done with him. They tried publishing him to a number of other comic companies, such as Tip Top Comics. And you can see here, there people who make Charlie Brown. So Tip Top Comics said it wouldn't be something interesting that the readers would like, and they were completely wrong. So the people who are in charge of Tip Top Comics who are alive today, they would probably be face palming a lot right now. So finally, when they went to Detective Comics, which was later renamed DC Comics. So there you go. I also told you what DC stands for. And of course, they soon published Superman, and that's how Action Comics came to be. Now, I'll tell you, now, his origin of Superman, which many people should know, actually everyone should know, since he had a basic origin. But I'm still going to give it to you anyways. He comes from a planet called Krypton, and he's an alien, like I said. And his parents, Jor-El and Laurel, Jor-El and Lyle, Jor-El found out that their planet was going to blow up, so they sent their kid Kal-El in a space rocket, in a rocket ship, blasting him off from the planet away, and the planet soon went boom. So soon afterwards, he landed on Earth, basically, what would we call it? In a farming area, which is based as Kansas. That's what it is. How could I forget that? In Kansas, or also known as Smallville, he landed and was found by John and Martha Kent, and they soon adopted him and named him Clark Kent. And soon he became Superman, which is pretty cool, actually. Wait, sorry, I have to check something. So yeah. Also, Superman back then in his comics, it'd be surprising you know this. Superman actually didn't have all his powers. I'm not even joking. In Action Comics originally, when he was in them, he didn't have all his powers. Actually, the only powers he included are, and this is saying on the screen right here, if you can't read it, I'll read it for you. It says, the only powers he had was incredibly strong, super speed, jump a mile, and skin was bulletproof. Those were the only powers he had at that point. He couldn't fly, he couldn't have X-ray vision, he couldn't hear, didn't have super hearing. He didn't get any of those powers until the 1940s radio show, The Adventures of Superman. And that's where he got all his powers, which they soon wrote into his comic books. Now in comics, in the New 52, which gave a giant reboot on the DC Comics universe, they changed up Superman in bits. Of course, the origins stayed the same, but there were some tweaks to it. Also the costume was tweaked a bit. This is a complaint that many people have on the 52 with Superman is his costume in general. It looks pretty cool, but the problem people have is his red underwear is gone. Don't get me wrong, the red underwear Superman will still be the classic and the original Superman, but this is what many people do like, including me. This is the new design of Superman. And it just looks pretty cool. The new details it's a much more armored detail, like many of the superheroes in the New 52 now. He has a different Superman symbol, has a red belt, no yellow belts, and has no underwear, like I said, and has some of those red details around his arm part and his neck part. Also, his Action Comics title also is rebooted in this lately. This is the first issue of Action Comics now. Actually pretty cool. So you can go check it out. It's actually pretty great. Now, so far, what I want to talk to you about now is the TV shows and movies and other stuff. Superman's gone through a lot of TV shows and movies over the years. It first started in 1948, which was Adventures of Superman. And now, not the radio one. I'm not sure if there's a difference. This was an actual TV show, but I believe radio TV shows are supposed to be you just hear people's voices on the radio. I'm not sure how it worked back then. All I know is this is the design of what he looked like in the 1940s. Then later on, he would have another TV show called The Adventures of Superman, which is a show that many people also liked. There would be another one like this, but in color this time. There was also another show called Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, which was in the 1970s, which was really not a good show. It's centered around Lois and Clark dating, which was not really good. Then there was also a cartoon show called The New Adventures of Superman, which was a good TV show and fun. First, it had an episode of Superman. Then the next one would come to an adventure of Superman when he was Superboy. That was a thing back then. So, because here's what you want to know: in comics, also originally, before there was the actual Superboy we know today, Superman was actually Superboy at once. Superboy, he basically was Superboy protecting people before he was Superman. So yeah, there you go. And then we'll cut to another episode of The Adventures of Superman. So yeah, it was a pretty good show. Then later on, we soon got Superman the Animated Series, which was a fantastic show and just amazing. Which would soon lead into also Justice League Unlimited, which is a great show too. Then there was also another live-action show called Smallville, which was fantastic. Had a great take on Superman and of his life in Smallville, and had a great take on a number of other DC characters like Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, Black Canary, Flash, and Aquaman. Just pretty great in general. Then there was also many movies he got. Like his very first one was Superman and the Mole Men, which was an old black and white movie. It's good. It's not really that good, but it was so good for its time, being the first ever Superman movie. So we can't really hit on it that much. Then there was also the Superman the movie, the first one, which was really popular. And by very popular, I mean it got over like 3 sequels. Well, I got Superman 2, which was good, Superman 3, and then Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. Then afterwards, that saga ended with a sequel to it. A couple years later, in 2006, a film called Superman Returns, which was directed by Bryan Singer, who directs the X-Men films, and it turned into a crappy film in general. Then, now more modern times has the Man of Steel movie, which came out just last year, which I can recommend you guys to check it out, but some people already might hate it. Many people have already seen it, many people hate it, many people don't dislike it, so yeah. Then in 2016 now, will be, the originals will be the Batman vs. Superman and Dawn of Justice film. This film was supposed to come out in 2015, but it was delayed in 2016, which will be on May 6th, which will be going on head-to-head, no, it's either May 3rd or May 6th, I forget. It will be going head-to-head with, the Captain America free film, so I'll be quite impressive to see how it will turn out. Now, this was originally supposed to be a sequel for the Man of Steel himself, but apparently since Batman crashed it, and Wonder Woman crashed it, and Cyborg crashed it, it turned into just not that. So the sequel will come out sometime later on. Well, yeah, that will happen. Now I want to talk to you guys about his villains. Yes, Superman has a number of great villains. Mainly, the most well-known villain is, of course, Lex Luthor, who they mainly use in the Superman films. Now Lex Luthor is basically just hates Superman to his guts. He wants to kill him at every cost. The city loves him. He built basically the entire city of Metropolis. There's been many occasions where he's become president, but that never ends well. Just so many occasions, he's quite messed up in every way. But there's also a array of other supervillains, like General Zod with his friends Toran and Faora. Whoa, sorry about that. Get rid of this. Ruining my video, and let's go. So yeah, Toran and Faora were his assistants, and General Zod was actually in Man of Steel, being the main bad guy, and was also in Superman 2. I'll let you know. Superman has also had a number of other villains, like Darkseid, who's the leader of Apocalypse and is quite deadly. Brainiac, who's a supercomputer who wants to bottle up cities and put his homeworld on it and stuff like that. Doomsday, who was designed to kill Superman, and he did. And every time he killed Doomsday, he would just come back to life. And then there's also Bizarro, who's an evil duplicate of Superman who lives on another planet with a number of other DC Comics characters being like him, just reversed. And then there's also other characters like Metallo, who's is a cyborg with kryptonite rods in his chest, so not good for Superman. Then there's also Parasite, who can absorb people's energy and their life force, but that's just naming a few. There are quite a few others that I'm not going to get into. So now I'm going to give you guys what to read, what to watch, what to play, etc. Stuff you need, comics you need to read of Superman, stuff like All-Star Superman, which is a great story on Superman in general. Superman and Birthright, the death of Superman, which was a big thing in comics. The Return of Superman, which featured 4 alternate versions of Superman in that storyline. Red Sun Superman, where he crashed in Russia, and it was a big story arc. It changed many characters like Wonder Woman, Batman. It was weird. But you go check it out though. The New 52 Justice League, which is a great story arc. I recommend checking out the volume 1 of it, The Origin, which is really great. Also check out how Superman's main title in New 52 right now, Superman Unchained, which is pretty great. Also check out Superman Earth 1, which is a great story arc, and also check out Superman Earth 2. I recommend if you're going to read Superman in Earth 2, I recommend starting at issue number 25. Which is introduced in that story right now. Superman is now a tyrant and he's evil, and superheroes are trying to stop him on that dimension, but they can't. So now this new Superman has come in to stop I recommend starting there. It seems pretty great. Other stuff you need to watch is this. You need to watch Superman, the first free Superman film, The Man of Steel. You need to watch Smallville and Superman the Animated Series. And you need to play Injustice: Gods Among Us, which is pretty cool. You also need to play some of the Lego Batman 2 and Free, which is not on this list, but I forgot to put it on the list. Which he's pretty funny in those games. So check out that. And any anime movie that Superman's in general. There's no bad anime movie he's in. At least that I can think of. Now Avoid. Avoid Superman 4 The Quest for Peace. It's crap. Avoid Superman and Returns. That's also crap. And avoid Lois and Clark. That's a really bad TV show. But yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Now let's fix this up. Let's go back to the beginning of it. Thank you guys for watching the origin of Superman. I hope you like this episode. Stay tuned for more episodes coming your way soon. These episodes will probably, I'm not sure when they'll come out. Right now they'll be coming out like almost every day. So I probably might skip a day, but still. I'm not sure when they'll come out. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. See more origins coming your way. And I'll see you guys later.